PEABO know he can sing. What's up, y'all? I am Jaren. I am a voice teacher, speech trainer, and the founder and owner of this amazing studio, the Jaren M. LaGuerre Studio. I'm firstly excited because I'm sitting in a new chair now. My last chair that I had for YouTube was like really breaking, and I had to like balance myself with my back and my abs, and it just made this experience very uncomfortable. But now I have armrest. And I got things to like sit on and like have a footrest and everything now because I invested in like a nice chair, so now I feel really comfortable and I feel like I'm doing something. I'm analyzing and I can swing around and all the things. So I'm excited to use this new chair and stuff and see how this goes as I'm analyzing videos, so we'll see. But y'all know I love me some Disney tunes, and I love both of these artists. Both of these artists are amazing. And I already talked about him in a previous video, but then y'all was like, where's the other one with Celine? And so I said, I gotta deliver with Celine. So y'all, we're gonna do this video today. Here is my own voice analysis of PEABO Bryson and Celine Dion singing Beauty and the Beast.
It can be.
I love the pacing on Tale as Old as Time. Tale as old as time. You see, instead of Tale as old as time. That's beautiful too, but I love how she did a little bit of pacing and syncopation. Tale as old as time. Da, 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 da. True as it can be. And that true had a little bit of a push, like an airy push. I won't call it a push, more so just kind of an emphasis. True as it can be. Yeah.
Barely even friends, then somebody bends unexpectedly.
Then somebody bends. I always thought that line was so cool since I was a little boy. Then somebody bends. That bends had a really breathy quality to it. Then somebody bends. Kind of like that. And then that unexpectedly was straight. Unexpectedly. And expectedly had a little pucker. Kind of like a little pucker. It sounded like a little pucker.
Just a little change. Small to say the least, but a little scared. Neither one prepared. Beauty and the Beast.
PEABO know he can sing. That's all I got to say. He know he can sing. I've always loved the brassy forward quality of his voice, and he had that kind of a punch on that both a little scared. It kind of put back on scared right there, so that both had a little bit more of like a thicker belty quality, and then a little scared kind of pulled back a little bit. But he always has that forward, bright, pingy, tenery presence about his voice. Always has, always has.
Ever just the same.
Did you hear same? They migrated through that diphthong in the word itself at the same time. Ever just the same. They kind of went to the second part of the diphthong and sung through it. Same. Put that vibrato right there.
Ever a surprise. Ever as before. And ever just as sure.
Endeavor. It's not an ever. Endeavor just as sure. Ever just as sure. Instead of ever just as sure, they both did ever. They kind of threw the ever. Ever just as sure. And sure kind of opened up too on that vibe right there. Instead of sure, that R color I should say opened up. Sure, sure.
As the sun will rise.
And they both did as the sun. They both have vocal fry. As the sun will rise. Did you hear that run? Oh, so it's kind of thicker and meatier. Oh, to do it more pingy and twangy. Oh, it kind of came back down darker. Yeah, sing, Peabo. They did it there again, that same, even though people had that run at the end, say, whatever he did, they both had that migration through the sound of same, right there. And they both did ever just the same, kind of like, that's kind of drove or revved up into the ever just the same. When you do things the same like that, it makes it all the more cohesive, even in something as simple as duets. If both people in a duet are actively doing things the same, it just brings a more musical cohesion to the execution of your singing. Versus two different people singing, they are a unit. They're two different people acting as a unit singing. So they need to sing like a unit in some way, shape, or form. And you can still hear the distinct difference between the two voices, but it's just, you can tell that they rehearsed it, they wanted it recorded this way, the producers obviously loved it, I'm sure Alan Menken and everybody loved it, so they produced it and sung it this way. But they both agreed upon what they wanted to do with the song. That is huge in group singing and duets and things. Agree upon what you want to do with the song. Twangy, brassy, tenory quality I keep talking about. Ever just a surprise. You see what I'm talking about there? Really hooked it in the nose, really hooked it in the mask, if you will. Some people call it the mask, where you feel the vibration. So they really used some of that twangy, narrow vocal tract, maybe a little soft palate dropping. Ever a surprise. Talk about CÉLINE in that tongue. How she kind of lets the tongue float. Tale as old. It wasn't tale as old. Tale, you see it? Tale as old as time. There's a little bit of a raised tongue, if you will. It's almost like she goes up and back a little bit with the tongue. And I feel like she's always done that. You can always hear that tongue in her vocal delivery. Tale instead of tale. Tale as old as time. And I'm kind of exaggerating. It's not as harsh, but I'm trying to show you there was a little tongue presence in her voice. Did you hear it on old? Tune as old. That tongue is there. But as song didn't have it. Tune as old as song. But the song had a little soft palate drop too, a little velum drop. Song, ha, 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 ha. Song, song. Like that. Suspension. Learning you were wrong. Oh, I love this. I've always loved that. Oh my gosh. And you hear wrong. It was wrong, ha, hong. A little bit more soft palate dropping. Learning you were wrong. Instead of wrong. Wrong, I think, has a little bit of a soft palate in there. But they had a little bit more than, you know, what we normally kind of do when we say the word wrong. Wrong. Kind of like that.
Certain as the sun. Certain as the sun. Right.
I love this back and forth right here. Certain as the sun. And it was certain. It wasn't certain. Certain. Those syllables were quick. Certain as. You see how quick I'm going through the sounds? Certain as instead of certain as. Certain. I went straight to the end consonant or the end sound on certain. Certain as a sun. And there's a little bit of that soft palate and that tongue in her voice too. Still, it's still there.
Sing in the east till
different textures make the song so wonderful to listen to. Till as old as time. You see how I did that? All that intentionality is way past the runs and the riffs. Of course, those things are great too. Lord knows I love a good riff and a run, but also using vocal textures to paint the story of the song, and not just so much, I'm just going to just do a bunch of runs and hope for the best. And honestly, sometimes I get caught up in that trap too of I got to do runs only and just show y'all my acrobatics, versus bringing texture, bringing dynamics, bringing things like that to the song that can really help emote the story and just emote the words, the lyrics of the song itself. Beast. I heard you, Celine. Sing, girl. Beast. You hear that right there? All right. Till as old as time. So till as old was full as time was breathy. She's so good at going in and out of this thick full, thin full, breathy full. Till as old as time. I would have never thought to do that. That was really good.
Long as old as rhyme, beauty and
Beauty and that run on the, it was really quick, and it was almost like a aspirate throw. A quick run with the throw in it. The beast. And it wasn't beast, no. Beast, real soft and serene. Beast. So whatever know he picked. Beast. Did you hear how she went through that run right there? It was almost like a yawn. It kind of went more retracted and wider as it was down in the first part of the run. And as she came up, it kind of got more hootier, but not as wide. Kind of like that. So it's almost like she sung within a yawn. Kind of like that. If you enjoyed this analysis, click subscribe down below, then click the alert button next to it so you know when the next video is posted. And as I will always say to you, be vocally bold, creative, and aware, but most of all, be vocally you. All right, y'all, love you. I'll see you soon.